There is one philosophical idea so unsettling that most people instinctively reject it. Not because it has been disproven, but because living as if it were true would change everything. It would change how you love, how you work, how you suffer, how you dream, and perhaps most disturbingly, it would change who you believe you are. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that the person you spent your entire life protecting doesn't actually exist. Not in the way you think. Your memories, your ambitions, your fears, your identity, all of it. Not fake, but not permanent either. For thousands of years, philosophers have asked one question that most of us spend our lives avoiding. Who are you? The answer may be far stranger than you imagine. The illusion of the self. Most people never question the existence of the self. After all, you remember being a child. You recognize yourself in old photographs. You have a name, a personality, preferences, dreams. Surely there must be some permanent you underneath all of that. But ancient philosophers noticed something peculiar. Everything about you changes. Your body changes. Almost every cell has been replaced. Your beliefs change, your friends change, your values change. The things that once terrified you barely matter today. Even your memories change every time you recall them. So where exactly is this permanent self? If every piece of a ship is gradually replaced, is it still the same ship? This ancient puzzle became known as the ship of Theseus, but perhaps the real ship is you. If every part changes, who remains? Buddhism's radical answer. Over 2,500 years ago, the Buddha offered one of history's most radical answers. There is no permanent self, not because nothing exists, but because everything exists in constant change. This teaching became known as Anatta, the doctrine of no self. According to Buddhism, what we call me is simply a collection of constantly changing experiences, thoughts, emotions, sensations, memories. None of them stay. They arise, they disappear, and yet we desperately cling to them as though they define us forever. This attachment creates suffering because reality refuses to remain still. Imagine trying to grab a river. The tighter you squeeze, the more water slips through your fingers. The self, Buddhism suggests, is like that river, always flowing, never fixed. David Hume's discovery. Centuries later, on the other side of the world, Scottish philosopher David Hume reached an astonishingly similar conclusion. He performed a simple experiment. He looked inward. Whenever he searched for the self, he found only experiences, a sensation, a memory, a desire, a fear, but never the observer itself. He famously wrote that he was nothing more than a bundle of perceptions. Think about it. Close your eyes. Can you find the person doing the thinking? Or do you only find thoughts? Can you locate the observer or only observations? This question has puzzled philosophers for centuries, because the closer you inspect consciousness, the harder it becomes to find the owner of consciousness. Why this terrifies us? If there is no permanent self, why does that idea feel so frightening? Because identity gives us stability. We tell ourselves stories. I'm successful. I'm a failure. I'm attractive. I'm broken. I'm intelligent. I'm unlucky. These stories become invisible prisons. Once we believe them, we spend our lives defending them, even when they make us miserable. Think about arguments. How often are people defending truth? And how often are they defending identity? The ego fears change because change threatens its existence. If you stop being the person you've always believed yourself to be, who are you? That uncertainty feels unbearable. Yet perhaps it is also freedom. Nietzsche and becoming. Friedrich Nietzsche rejected fixed identities for a different reason. He believed that becoming was more important than being. Life was not about discovering who you are. It was about creating yourself. Every decision shapes you. Every challenge transforms you. Every failure rewrites your character. You are not a finished sculpture. You are the sculptor, And the stone. This idea removes one of our greatest excuses. I've always been this way. According to Nietzsche, that sentence is merely another story. The future remains unwritten. Modern science joins the conversation. Today, neuroscience has added another unexpected twist. Many researchers believe the brain constantly constructs a model of reality, including a model of yourself. Your sense of identity may be less like discovering an object, and more like watching a movie your brain continuously edits. The narrator inside your head often explains decisions after they happen. Your memories are reconstructed, your personality shifts with circumstances. Even your emotions influence what you believe to be true. The self begins to look less like a solid object, and more like an ongoing process, not a noun, a verb. The liberation hidden inside. At first, this idea feels unbearable. If there is no fixed self, what is left? Everything. Your mistakes no longer define you forever. Your failures become temporary. Your fears become passing weather. Your past loses its power to imprison your future. You are no longer required to remain the person you were yesterday. The labels disappear. The possibilities multiply. The uncomfortable idea was never meant to destroy identity. It was meant to loosen its grip, to remind us that life is movement, not permanence, growth, not preservation, ending. Perhaps the greatest prison is not the world around us, but the story we endlessly repeat about who we are. Maybe philosophy's most uncomfortable idea is also its most compassionate, that beneath all the labels, there is nothing fixed to protect, nothing permanent to defend, only a life unfolding, moment by moment. And maybe that is where true freedom begins. If this idea challenged the way you think, subscribe for more journeys into philosophy, psychology, and the timeless questions that shape what it means to be human. Because sometimes the most uncomfortable ideas are the ones that set us free.